Welcome to A Course in Miracles Essentials. I'm Auntie Patricia, and today we're studying Workbook Lesson number 183. I call upon God's name and on my own. God's name is holy, but no holier than yours. To call upon His name is to call upon your own. A father gives his son his name and thus identifies the son with him. His brothers share his name, and they are united in a bond to which they turn for their identity. Your father's name reminds you who you are, even within a world that does not know, even though you have not remembered it. God's name cannot be heard without response, nor said without an echo in the mind that calls you to remember. Say His name, and you invite the angels to surround the ground on which you stand and sing to you as they spread their wings to keep you safe and shelter you from every worldly thought that would intrude upon your holiness. Repeat God's name, and all the world responds by laying down illusions. Every dream the world holds dear has suddenly gone by, and where it seemed to stand, you find a star, a miracle of grace. The sick arise, healed of their sickly thoughts. The blind can see, the deaf can hear, the sorrowful cast off their mourning, and the tears of pain are dried, as happy laughter comes to bless the world. Repeat the name of God, and the little names lose their meaning. All temptation becomes a nameless and unwanted thing before God's name. Repeat His name, and see how easily you will forget the names of all the gods you valued. They become anonymous and valueless to you, although you stood before them worshipfully. Repeat the name of God and call upon yourself, whose name is His. Repeat His name, and all the tiny nameless things on earth slip into right perspective. Those who call upon the name of God cannot mistake the nameless for the name, nor sin for grace, nor bodies for the Holy Son of God. And should you join another, sit with him in silence and repeat God's name along with him within your quiet mind. You have established there an altar which reaches to God Himself. Practice this today. Repeat God's name slowly, again and still again. Become oblivious to every name but His. Hear nothing else. Let all your thoughts become anchored on this. No other word we use except at the beginning, when we say today's idea just once, and then God's name becomes our only thought, the only word, the only thing that occupies our minds, the only wish we have, the only sound with any meaning, and the only name of everything that we wish to see, of everything that we would call our own. This is how we give an invitation which can never be refused. God Himself will come and answer it. Think not He hears the little prayers of those who call on Him with names of idols. They cannot reach Him in this way. He cannot hear requests that He not be Himself. Repeat God's name, and you acknowledge Him as sole creator of reality. And you acknowledge that His Son is part of Him, creating in His name. Sit silently and let His name become the all-encompassing idea that holds your mind completely. Let all thoughts be still except this one. To all other thoughts, respond with this, and see God's name replace the 1,000 little names you gave your thoughts. Today you can achieve a state in which you will experience the gift of grace. You can escape all bondage of the world and give the world the same release you found. You can remember what the world forgot and offer it your own remembering. You can accept today the part you play in its salvation and your own as well, and both can be accomplished perfectly. Turn to the name of God for your release, and it is given you. No prayer but this is necessary, for it holds all prayer within it. Words are insignificant, and all requests unneeded when God's Son calls on His Father's name. His Father's thoughts become His own. He makes His claim to all His Father gave, is giving still, and will forever give. All little things are silent now. The little things of earth have disappeared. The universe consists of nothing but the Son of God, who calls upon His Father, and His Father's voice gives answer in His Father's holy name. In this eternal, still relationship, in which communication far transcends all words, and yet exceeds in depth and height whatever words could possibly convey, is peace eternal. In our Father's name we would experience this peace today, and in His name it shall be given us. So thank you for coming today. Please come back tomorrow for lesson number 184.